We have given our pressure, that is P is equal to 600 Pascal. We have given rho, that is the density, that is 12 kg per meter cube. And we have given G, that is the acceleration due to gravity, 10 meter per second square. We know that, right? So H is the height, and height will be what? Height will be what? It will be 600 divided by 12 into 10. Why 12 into 10? Why? Because pressure is equal to H rho G. Okay, pressure formula is H rho G. So every the quantity is given, so we can find out easily this. So it will be what? 10 0 0, and it will be how much? 12 and 60. It will be how much? 5. 5 times only, na? So 5 meter. So my height will be what? 5 meter. In number 16, they have given the pressure of the two floors. That is, first the ground floor pressure is your how much? 120 triples, right? Pascals. And your third floor pressure also given. Third floor pressure. Okay. So third floor pressure is given 30,000. 30,000 pascals. So I can say the difference between the two floors, right? So what will be the difference between the two floors? That will be 120 triple zero minus 30,000, right? Everything comes in pascals. So my answer will be what? 90,000 only. 90,000 pascal. Now see, I know that rho is your 1000. G is my acceleration due to gravity is 10 meter per second square. And I know that pressure is equal to rho gh. So I just use all the material and find the height. Height is h, and h will be what? Pressure upon your rho and g. So what it will be? 90,000 divided by rho is your 1000 and 10. Okay, 340. 4 zeros are cutted. So my height will be 9 meter. Okay, 9 meter will be my answer. In your question number 17, they are asking about the thrust, right? They are asking about the thrust, and I know that thrust is nothing but force, right? So what I will do, first I will calculate the base area. So base area is your given, that is 300 centimeter square. So when you convert it into meter, it will be 0.03 meter square. Next is your depth. These are things are given. So depth is your 6 centimeter given, so you will do 0.06 meter. Rho is your given, that is your 1000, and G is your 10 meter per second square. Okay, so I know that pressure is equal to rho GH. So what I will calculate? 1000 into 10 into 0.06. What I will get? 600 pascals, right? Next, thrust. Next is your thrust, and thrust I know pressure into area. Okay, because it is a form of force, so I know that pressure is equal to force upon area. So it is a form of force, so I will do this thing, right? So it is pressure upon area, so it will be 600 into 0.03 meter square, so I will get 18 newton. Okay, so my thrust will be 18 newton. What is given? That there is a building and they have several floors, so they are saying the ground floor pressure is 40,000 pascals, and we know that all things are measured by sea level, so there will be a certain thing. Now they are saying the first floor, this is a ground floor, this will be my first floor only, right? So first floor pressure is 10,000 pascals. Now they are saying what will be the height. So I know that difference between will be my the resultant pressure. So pressure what we need is the difference, it will be what? That is 40,000 minus 10,000. Okay, so it will be how much? It will be 30,000 pascals. And we use this formula, this pressure only in our formula, that is P is equal to rho GH. G is your acceleration due to gravity, S is your required height, rho is your density, and P is your pressure. And I know that density is what? Density will be 1000 kg per meter cube. G is my acceleration due to gravity, I am taking 10 meter per second square. P is my pressure, that is 30,000. So what I will get height? Height I will get P upon rho G. So it will be how much? 30,000 upon 1000 into 10. So 4 zeros will be cut, only I will have 3 meter. Okay, so my required height is 3 meter. See, these are the laws of gases. Because since we are discussing about the gas, liquid, and solid, everything, so I will discuss it here only. See, whenever I am talking about the gas, okay, I have three basic parameters, that is temperature, pressure, and volume. Okay, and R also, but that comes when mole are considered, number of moles or amount is considered. But most importantly, we are doing this kind. Okay, Now when, since everything whatever we talk firstly about the ideal gas only, right? So ideal gas follow one rule, that is PV is equal to nRT. N is the number of moles. Okay, number of moles by volume, small n. Okay, now say one thing more. P is the pressure, V is the volume, R is the gas constant, and T is the temperature. Okay, now see this graph. When we are drawing a graph between P and V, what I see this kind of things, this kind of things. So what they are explaining, beta, they are explaining about the temperature difference, right? T1, T2 and T3. T1, T2, T3 are the temperatures difference. Okay, they are nothing but they are temperature. So T3 is the highest temperature, so it will be upper side. Then middle one is a T2 and then was T3. Now they are calculating PV. So PV is the constant value, right hand side is the constant value whenever we are considering only one temperature. But when we consider two more temperatures, see I have this kind of graph. You got it, Viren? Next is your P and V, 1 upon V. Actually P and 1 upon V. Okay, now you know when P increases, V decreases. Means what I am saying you that PV is equal to RT if I am considering only one mole. So what is the relationship between P and V? Inverse relationship, right? Inverse relationship. So see, I will get a straight line. I will get a straight line. But see, the relationship is like this way. Okay, so how much closer to P? It will be your T. Okay, the things is more closer to your P, it will be T. So you got it, this your graph.
Yes, ma'am.
Next is your PV, P or V, anything it can be. It will become constant because I know that PV is equal to constant. So I will have a constant graph, right? This side I am doing the multiply, not a single thing. If I take the single thing, I have done this time, right? P, P, V or 1 upon V, I have done the single time. But now I am taking the y-axis as your PV, as your multiply. Okay, so when I am taking everything multiply, right hand side will be my constant, but it will be higher values when I am going to the temperature differences, that is T1, T2 and T3, right? You got it? Now we have done the log graph. So when log is taken, everything becomes numerical, only a constant value, right? Taking log becomes a constant. So see, if I take log P upon log V, then it will becomes like this way, straight line. When I am taking log of PV and V, then it will be a constant line. Or if I am taking like this way, then it will be like this line. It is negative, this will be your negative slope, right? Negative slope. Now this is your positive slope.
Yes, ma'am.
Positive slope. And tell me, they have slope or not? No, because it's a straight line, parallel line, right? It will be.
Excuse me, ma'am.
The laws, main laws, that is Boyle's law, Charles law, and Gay-Lussac's law. These are the very initiative laws whenever you discuss any gas, any gas. Because this law comes from the ideal gas, right? Whenever you read any time gas, you have to first read these laws, and by based on this PV is equal to RT, their previous graphs has been derived. Okay, this previous graphs has been derived. That's why initially but the first only I tell you this equation. Now see the laws. You have to remember the laws better, then only you can solve the question. Okay, see what Boyle's law is, the constant mass. Boyle's law says the mass is the constant, so they are what they are doing, that PV is equal to a constant quantity. This PV is equal to a constant quantity. K is your constant. So when something is constant, I will do what? P1 V1 is equal to P2 V2, because this is a constant quantity, right? So they are saying that density is equal to pressure and density is directly proportional. Okay, now Charles law. Charles law is saying constant is your pressure, Boyle's law constant is your mass, and Gay-Lussac's law constant your mass and volume both. So Gay-Lussac's law says that V by T is your constant. Charles law saying PV constant, Gay-Lussac's law says V upon T constant, and Gay-Lussac's law says that P upon T constant. P upon T constant. Okay, three persons and three persons making different laws constant. Clear? Hello? Charles law is keeping constant V upon T. Gay-Lussac's law keeping constant P upon T. And Boyle's law keeping constant PV. Okay? One. ये क्या है? This is the Pascal's law. It is very important because my next question will be based on this. Pascal law is just based upon the force and area. Force and area, because pressure, it is based on pressure. So what is the pressure we are applying here? Something is gone upside, right? But important is what? The diameter. See, here diameter is low and here diameter is high. You got it? So what is that? The original force what we apply here in this car, it just make it uplift better. And the hydraulics na, hydraulic pressure or like this we are using in our day to day life, some of many cases. This is based on this thing only. Okay, you got it? So
Yes,
when
ma'am.
I am talking like this, so it's based upon the area. Now see, area, if I am assuming it is a circular, then it is pi r square, right? So many of the questions right now you will get, it is based upon the area. Area is your pi r square and the force. Okay, because force is related to the pressure. How much? How? P is equal to F by A. Okay, P is equal to F by A. Now when I will solve the question, then you will get. Okay, so read question number 22 and I will make you solve how to solve it. Read question number 22, Viren. See what which law we will apply here? Pascal's law. Now I will do the entirely so that you get proper. Now that area of the pump plunger is given what? Area of the pump plunger is given A1, that is 0.3 meter square, right? Next is your area of the press plunger is A2, that is given 9 meter square, right? So load is what? Load is the force on the press plunger. Load. I am talking about the load beta. Load is nothing but force on the press plunger. Force on the press plunger. Okay, and it is how much? That is F2, and it is how much? 900 kgf, right? 900 kgf. That means I have to multiply 900 by 10. I'm just assuming it 10, okay, not 9.8. So it will become 9000 Newton. How much? 9000 Newton. Now I will use my using Pascal law. Pascal's law. Because just right now we have discussed the what is Pascal law, that hydraulic machines we are using mostly. So it is F1 upon A1 is equal to F2 upon A2. How this thing come? This comes up due to pressure. Sorry, pressure 1 is equal to pressure 2. Right? So from this I get what? I will get 1 F1, and F1 is nothing but an A1 upon A2 into your F2. Right? So I will put the values, that is 0.3. Sorry, it is 0.03. 0.03 upon 9 into 9000. Okay, so what I will get? I will get what? 30 Newton, right? I will get 30 Newton. Given the
Given the
your
ratio 30 to
ratio,
4.
ratio of the radii, okay, radii. So it is nothing but 30:4. Now I know from Pascal's law that my area ratio will be how much? Area ratio, I know the areas, that is pi r square. So the ratio will be how much? It will be nothing but r1 upon r2 whole square, right? R1 upon R2 whole square. So I will use this 30 by 4 square. Then I will get what? I will get 900 by 16. 900 by 16. 900 by 16. Or it will become your 56.25. Okay. Now I will use my Pascal's law, that is for P1 is equal to P2. That means my F2 by F1. F2 by F1 is equal to nothing but A2 by A1. Or I can easily say that F2 is equal to nothing but F1 into A2 by A1. Okay, so I will put the values, that is 320 into 56.25, your value of F2. Nah? It will be the values of F2. You have to write like this way. So the value of F2 will be what? Nothing but 18,000. 18,000 Newton. Okay. question number 25. See, my input force is my F1. Suppose it is 900 Newton given, right? So diameter, they are given diameter, not the radius. So diameter D1 is nothing but it is 1.8 centimeter. So this implies that my radii will be what? Radii R1 will be how much? By 2, so 0.9 meter, right? Now again the diameter of next thing is given as R2, that is 36 centimeter. So this implies that R2, sorry, it will be D2, R2 will be nothing but 18 centimeter divided by 2. Now everything is given in centimeter, but it doesn't matter to me. Why it doesn't matter to me, beta ji? This is in centimeter only, because I am taking the ratio, and in ratio the units will cancel. So using the area ratio, what I will get, area ratio is nothing, pi r1 square upon pi r2 square. Okay, they are just a1 upon a2. So this one cancel out. So I can say that r1 upon r2 whole square. Right now, this is only area ratio, nothing rocket science is used here. So 18 upon 0.9 square. So I can say that it is 20 square, or I can say that r2 by r1 whole square is this, and it is nothing but 400. Okay, now my using Pascal's law of area and force. So what I will get, that F2 is nothing but F1 into 400, or I can say 900 into 400. So I can say that 64,000 Newton. Okay, problem is based on this. So my pressure, that is the pressure on wall from the nail side, what is the pressure exerted? I have to calculate that one only. So pressure on head is nothing but 20 Pascal, it is given. Now one thing is more given, area of wall is nothing but 1 by 10 of head. Okay, and I will use this beta. So my force will be what? Force is what? Pressure is equal to force upon area. So my force will be what? Pressure into area. So pressure is 20 Pascal, but I have to calculate the area, right? So this will become what? P is equal to F upon A by 10. Why A by 10? Because it is the area of your 1/10 of the head. Okay, so what I will get? 10 into 20. So finally I will get 200 Pascal. Okay, it is question number your 5, right? So it is based on the floating object density. Okay, it is based on floating object density. So for this reason, what is given, that 3/4 of object is immersed. 3/4 of the object is immersed. Okay, so when this thing is given, so I know that density of object divided by density of water is equal to 3 by 4, as it is given. Okay, so I can directly say that, from this formula I can say that density of object is nothing but 3 by 4 into 1000. Why 1000? Because kg 1000 is 1000 kg per meter cube, because it is the density of water, right? So what I will get? I will get nothing but ये कितने बार में, ये 25, ठीक है, तो ये हो जाएगा 750 kg per meter cube. Okay, ना